Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear me pretty good. I got a camera kind of far away from me for just a few minutes, but I thought after about 2 or 3 years of 3 years of use and wearing it an absolute ton, I thought today I'd do a video going over or doing a review, actual review of my Miltec Smock. And this particular one I've had for 3 years. I did a video going over what I had in the pockets about 2 years ago now, I think. And overall, I'm gonna say right up front that 100% is great. I love it. This thing tore up. I would probably buy it again, hands down, just because that's how much I like it. Now, with that being said, excuse all the hand waving. The gnats and the flies are freaking, they're just awful today. I'm gonna come in a little closer so I can show you some stuff. But yes, the Miltec lightweight Smock, obviously in Flectarn. Not that matters. Sizing on my particular one is a medium, and I'm about 5'9", 5'10", 185 pounds, and I've got it kind of cinched up a little bit right now, but I've got a ton of room to layer quite a good bit up underneath this, enough for my area that I can wear this as an outer garment throughout the whole entire winter. No matter how cold it is outside, I can layer up underneath it very well. Speaking of layering, temp range, I know a lot of people ask every time I post something about this thing online. A lot of people ask, can I wear it year round? Is it too hot in the summertime? Well, for my area, yes, it is hands down too hot in the summertime. 80 to 85 degrees is kind of the max. That's just due to the humidity where I live. It's just so muggy and so hot when it gets higher in temps like that it's pure miserable to wear it, to be honest with you. You're better off with a BDU top. Now, speaking of temperature regulation, it does have the pit zips on it, and it's got a zipper going one way and a zipper going the other way. Same thing on the other side. That helps a ton when it's warmer out, or when you've been moving a lot of distance and you sitting down taking a break. You can very easily stop, unzip those, kind of cool off a little bit. The other thing with the temperature regulation is there is these Canadian, I believe they're called Canadian buttons on here. There's one down here, one here, and another one right up here. So you got a total of 4 of them, and I use those a ton because it does have a zipper though that runs up the whole length of the collar. But what I find is if it's cooler out or colder out, I'll use the zipper in conjunction with the buttons. But majority of the time, even when it's a little cooler out, usually I'm just running the buttons because it's more comfortable that way. I can regulate the temperature better because I don't have a zip, so it just regulates the body temp a lot better with just those buttons. So let's start with the outside. There's 2 zip chest pockets here, 2 pockets here, 2 here. There's a pocket here and a pocket here on the flanks. Now, what I did with mine, and this was a recommendation off of Mr. Bergman from Evasion Survival Alaska's channel, is on these pockets right here. Let's see if I can show it. On these pockets right here, you can see I've stitched, hopefully you can see it, I've stitched in right there just to bring that a little closer, because otherwise this thing was just kind of wide open. And he made the recommendation of doing that just to kind of help save you from losing something that might have been in there. And if you do get one of these, I highly recommend you do that. And it's only on those flank pockets. Karma. Sorry, my dog is deciding it's a good time to go after something. But Karma, she'll be back. But these front pockets right here at the bottom, they're stitched right here. They have an extra piece of fabric here stitched into the flap so that it folds down and protects whatever's in there. There she comes. The top pockets have it the same way, so that it protects, you know, whatever, you know, you have in there from falling out. And all of these front pockets, and if I remember right, let me not tell you wrong. Yeah, front pockets, the flank pockets, all have a spot to dummy cord. So I don't have to bend down. I'll show you this one. They all have a spot to dummy cord something with a little D-ring here, so that you can run whatever you need to. Like right here, I just have my Swiss Army knife dummy corded to it, so you don't lose it. And I really like that feature on all of the pockets because it just makes it very convenient to keep something in there, and you really don't have to, no matter how much you're crawling around, moving around, you know, you can pull it out, you drop it, oh well, you just pull that cord up and you've saved it. So I really do like that feature. Speaking of pockets, okay, I'm gonna show it right quick and then I'll turn around and talk about it. You see back here, there's a rear pouch. What I did on the rear pouch was I sewed a strip right there, a divider right there, because originally the pouch was just one whole long elongated pouch, and there was nothing really wrong with that. But the problem I found was, if I had, a lot of times in the wintertime, I did it for a little while. I haven't done it probably in the past year, or I didn't do it last winter, but the winters before that I did keep a like a long sleeve base layer in there in a Ziploc bag. But the problem I ran into was it would just slide back and forth and kind of get annoying. You know, you go to sit down and one side be larger than the other, and it was just kind of aggravating. So I took and went straight down the center of the pouch and sewed a strip, or did a middle line of thread. I don't know, hopefully you guys can see it, but right here, right up underneath this center button, because there's 3 buttons back there, and that kind of just divided the pocket and give me 2 pockets back there, and it just makes storing and keeping things back there a lot easier, because I find over the years of using this thing, I've really narrowed down what I like in this thing, and you know, having that back pocket divided makes it a lot easier to do that. So it does have, you know, a shoulder pocket here. It did have one here. I removed it. The reason I removed it was because it was big. It kind of extended out on the thing like a good 2 inches, and I just didn't like how it flopped around everywhere. Just didn't like that. So I took and I just removed it. Let's talk about the inside first before I go any further. So you do have a drawstring here with some very nice barrel locks, and that cord is actually right here. Runs all the way around, so it's on both sides. Lets you really cinch it down so you can really trap in the heat, or you can loosen it up and let it be loose and, you know, let some of that heat out. There's also a pocket here, and same thing on the other side. Pocket there. Now, let's see if I can, I'll show it, let me show it this way. So inside of there, there's this material, and it's kind of like a very thin silky nylon, and to be honest with you, it was actually all up here too, on both sides, kind of basically from here up on both sides, but in the inside it kind of lined it, and I guess it was to make it more windproof. Well, I didn't like it because it just trapped more heat, and I want to be able to wear this thing as much as possible and as much wide of a temperature range as I can, so I couldn't remove those. That kind of saved me a lot of heat buildup, and just makes it where all I have there is just 1 layer of fabric, not like 3. So the other thing that I did do, and I'm gonna take it off just to show you, the other thing I did do was down here at the bottom, this is the very back of it, was actually, I know this is terrible showing it to you this way, but there was actually 3 layers of fabric. There was that silky nylon material, as well as another layer of just the regular old garment material. It did give you an extra pocket, you know, at the inside that you could use if you wanted to, but to be honest with you, I never used it. So I removed it to lighten it up even more and to give me more breathability. And since I got it off, I could probably show you better where I was talking about up here. You can see right up here, from here, here's a good angle of it. This is the material that it was. Like I said, it was all up in here on your chest, and wearing the chest rig or just wearing this in and of itself when it's warmer out, it trapped a lot of heat, so I cut it and removed it, and then just went in and re-sewed up the spots so that I didn't have to worry about anything, you know, messing up or whatever. And the sewing and stuff like that, I did sew it up fine. Now the hood had that same material, and I hated it too, to be honest with you, because it was just noisy. Whenever I had the hood on, I couldn't really, like, I wear this hunting a lot, so I couldn't really hear much. It would just get all up in my, I'd just get all up in my ear, and I just didn't like it. So I needless to say, I cut it and removed it. And so again, it's just one layer of material. You also have on the back a way to, you know, adjust the hood for whatever you want to. Other thing that it does let you do, and I don't think it was intentional to let you do it, but it kind of lets you roll the hood slightly, undo that little Velcro strip. You can undo it, run it through the little hanger here where the tag is, and it just kind of helps keep the hood rolled up. You know, if you don't want to use it, just keeps it rolled up and kind of stored away nice and neat. So the other thing that's on the back here is you have plenty of these loops on the back. There is some here on the arms and the chest, just to let you attach some vegetation and stuff. I'm gonna throw this back on because these gnats are kind of aggravating me, and some of these little sand gnats like to bite, and they're really aggravating. So throw this back on here. Okay, so next, you do have elbow reinforcement here, and it's got Velcro here that you can put like I guess some kind of foam padded insert. I've never used it, just because, I mean, I don't know, I don't have a need for it. Here on the shoulder, you have some reinforcement too, of much more of a solid nylon material, and you can tell it's kind of different than the rest of the material. But overall, this is a fantastic piece of clothing. It serves a great function to me. It's perfect outer layer for those, you know, early fall, winter, spring here where I live. I can just throw it on, no problem. I have the ability to carry stuff in here. You know, I've got stuff in here now. I'm not going to go over what I have in there right now, but I may do that, you know, updated video, what I keep in here. May not, I don't know. But yeah, it's just a great garment. It's got some wear and tear on it already. There is, see if I can find it, a couple spots where I have ripped it just from use. I mean, I know there's a couple spots on the arm that are like that too, that are starting to give away, and not bad or anything. I mean, this thing has still got years of life left out of it in it. I don't think I have any other negatives to say about it. Oh, I mean, I got the sleeves rolled up right now, but there is Velcro adjustment on the sleeves as well, so that you can, you know, tighten it around your wrist, trap in that body heat, or open it up and regulate it some. But other than that, I can't think of anything else I've modified to it, or anything else I have the really negative to say about it. Oh yeah, there is a drawstring right at the very bottom too. Yeah, I think that's about it. To be honest with you, if this thing were to mess up today, I probably would buy another one. I like it that much. So, with that being said, this video has dragged on long enough. I don't really have nothing else to say about it. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. If you want to see like what I carry in it, let me know, and I might do a video on that. So other than that, take care.